Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 4GQ TV. It is Thursday night. It is 6 p.m. or a little bit after 6, and that's okay. We got the Pink Pillow Man here on his return. He's back. He's with us, and in the background is Hogwarts Legacy, where he got his magical pink pillow from. So, Flamish, welcome back to the show, buddy.
Yeah, always happy to be here. You know that. I'm excited, man. It's been a lot of announcements. I can't wait to dig in.
Nice. Well, yeah, I mean, there's been some good stuff this week, right? We'll try to keep it short and sweet and good. And then we have the world's biggest Batman fan, Paul. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just having an interesting and exciting week. Enjoyed some of the game shows this week. There are a lot of good stuff coming out, a lot of stuff to talk about. So, hey, let's go.
Nice. We have Animated Evil, who has an awesome cranberry or sparkling water drink with him.
Yep, sponsored by Ocean Spray today. Hello,
Yeah.
everyone. Thank you very much for having me, clowns. Great to be here today, as usual.
Awesome.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Quick disclaimer: Ocean Spray is not an official sponsor of 4GQ TV.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you. We have the awesome return of the Penn State fan, Infinite, who is drinking a Gatorade and has an arcade, and his arcade looks spiffy. What's going on? And he must be on mute. Uh-oh. Yeah, no audio. He's like,
Infinite,
he's like,
he's
You're
doing the
sounding
mime
good
stuff.
there, Infinite. Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
he's like, oh, there he is.
I get out my good looks all by myself. I don't even talk. We're good.
Yeah.
Nice. And then we have PK, who I'm surprised made it today because I know he is going through a lot of stuff. What's up, man?
Sounds good. Glad to hear it. Oh, in other words, you're muted. Yeah.
All right, he says give him a second. So, yeah. So I mean, this week has been a pretty big week. I know PK was really excited about some of the stuff he saw because he was going crazy in the threads there. And I know we took 1 week off hiatus. I've had a lot of things come up lately, and I haven't been feeling well, so I got to take care of that first. But yeah, we're here today, and I want to thank everybody on this panel for joining. But so I never done this before, but let's do it like this. Let's do this show a little bit interesting today. Animated, what's the first topic you would like to talk about?
Well, I threw animated under the
Freshest
bus.
in my mind, I think, your game show. Yeah, I
Okay.
think the Tokyo game show, because it's the freshest thing in my mind. The thing I just... And PK's here, look.
Yeah, PK did make it. I am surprised you made it, PK. So welcome to the show, man. I'm glad that you are here with us. I see that we get the full PK experience, and I'm happy for that. He just said, Flamish, what's up? I love your pink pillow. PK, we can't hear you.
Yep.
Nope.
PK? Now you're frozen somewhere in the internet. You are. Now we hear you, but you're frozen. Okay. There's some sort of audio coming through the spectrum. He's breaking the fourth wall.
What about now? Everybody can hear
There
me?
we go. There we go.
All right,
Hey,
cool.
there we
Yeah,
go.
there he is.
Sorry. I came in. I was late, so I ain't had time to do any adjustment. Nothing. It was like 2 minutes.
We got you.
But everybody here? Hey,
Yes.
Yep.
what's up,
Yeah.
everybody in the chat? What's up? Thanks for coming through. Sorry I'm late. Sorry I'm catching up on things. Yo, this week's been crazy, man. All kinds of crazy news. Good news, bad news, negative news. People crying. Yo, Clowns, if you don't got it written down, I'm gonna pull it up as topics. I don't care. It's need to be talked about. Some hot,
Well,
crazy stuff.
Yeah, well, Animated is going with your favorite topic first. He actually chose it.
Oh,
So-
TGS.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The
So
worst game I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, look, man. Let me just say this. TGS ain't never been as good, bro. I'm gonna be real.
It's fine. I like
It
It's
feels no, but this year it's different, bro. It feels like it's E3. TGS is really just some trailers here, some trailers there. Now it feels like an E3 presence. That's crazy to me.
feels like Pokemon overtook Magic the Gathering. And
fine. In the vein over as well. I can't believe the hype over it.
You're botting Robot Boy. Infinite. You're botting
hype.
Robot Boy.
Oh, all right, I'll try again.
wait, Flamish, why? You meant to say botting, but you said Booted Infinite. Wow, you're getting violent today. Man,
I
this.
said botting.
No,
Hey,
but
But
Flamish.
BOTT.
Somebody need to take the English language away from Flamish. He's just misusing that altogether.
Yes. So, Animated, I know that you brought, I gave you the choice of topics, so gonna go ahead and go to you first on this one, pal, because, you never usually talk first, so now you're talking first. Tell us about your TGS
problem.
experience and how you feel.
See,
Animated, you better not mess this up either.
Pressure's
You better
on.
not
PK,
mess this
pressure's
up.
on. So, I got to watch it at work this morning because it was on 10 a.m. for me. So I sneakily put it on at work, so no one could see. Had it running on one of my 3 screens, pretty cool. Had it on through headphones, so I told the guy opposite, if the boss comes, let me know. I'm gonna turn it off quick. However, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. The standout for me was Nino Kuni, I think. I've never played a Nino Kuni before, but I've got a massive friend who he's a massive fan. Every time I say, I like this, and he goes, you would love Nino Kuni. And it does look absolutely amazing. And the good news is there's one on Game Pass launched today, which I've downloaded. So that was good.
So let's back up. Let's just be clear, so all the viewers out here, you're speaking specifically about the Xbox show. Is that clear? Is that, to be honest?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because TGS has been going on all week, and it's still going on all weekend.
I've got to catch up to the rest of it. So I was more excited about watching the Xbox bit first. Okay, so that's the one I pay. That's the one I'm going to pay most attention to, if I'm going to be honest.
And that's cool. I just wanted them to know you seen that Big Green show.
Yep, I saw the Big Green show. Phil was there. Sarah Bond was there. Pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Did anybody else see it?
I watched it just a little bit ago, actually.
Oh, cool. What else did I think was good? The fact that Deathloop's coming, that was quite a surprise. And we found out that Deathloop's coming to Game Pass as well, which is on the 20th of this month, if anybody doesn't realize.
Shout out to the 20th. It's the B-Day of your boy, the most electrified all entertainment.
And at the
PK, you throwing Animated off here.
You did a little bit. Off the top of my head, that's all I can think of right now, but come back to me in a minute.
Shout out to all the Virgos in the house.
Virgos.
That's right. Say it
Nice.
again, clowns. Virgos.
Well, that's right. You're September, right? So it's after the Leos in August, right?
It's all right.
That's
Stay-
okay.
You know,
The lion rules the kingdom. Oh,
They
damn it, Infinite. You had to go with that, didn't you?
that's right. Virgos, baby. All day,
It was
every
my birthday
day.
a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, 2 weeks
That's
ago.
what I'm
somewhere like
talking
that.
about.
August, baby, August.
You're getting old. You don't remember when your birthday was. Jesus.
Hey, that's the problem, right? You stop counting after a while.
Wait a minute, Paul. When's your birthday? Don't say
December 18th.
Don't say it at the beginning of the time. All right.
I'm only
December-
a year older than, mine had BC tacked to the end of it, but they took that out.
I got you. I was gonna say February 30th, but
PK
Yeah.
has a lot of energy today, which is good,
Yes.
actually. Very good. I'm very happy for that. So PK, off of what Animated said, he said Nino Kuni 2 coming to Xbox and Game Pass. Also, though, during the show, there was some other interesting stuff too for Xbox, right? We saw Nino Kuni series, Guilty Gear Strive, BlazBlue, Cross Tag Battle. I can't pronounce this, and I'm gonna butcher it. So sorry, guys, for everybody watching, because I know today people in Japan are watching us because I posted on the Goo blog. So thank you to everybody in Japan.
So don't mess this up. You
Yeah,
got one job.
I'm gonna mess this up. Sorry, guys. Danganronpa 3. Am I right? PK, did I say it right?
You see me blinking because I just can't. I can't. You hurt my ears. We're gonna let you slide with it because you're Italian. All right. So, anyways, yes. Go ahead, clowns. Go ahead and continue, man. I would say definitely is the Xbox show did show out today. There's a lot to talk about though. Outside of that, but for sure, they showed out today.
Yeah, they did. Animated. Out of those things I mentioned, were there any other titles that you were interested in?
Them ones you mentioned, no, but I believe there's Chrono Trigger was there as well. Wasn't that look good? That was pretty. Was
No,
Chrono Trigger there?
I'm gonna
Am I
give you a
thinking of the
list.
other one?
I'm gonna give you a
You
list.
give me a list,
there,
PK.
man. I'm gonna give you
Refresh
some
me.
homework, and you're gonna be like, "Oh
tired.
my God!"
I think PK's been obsessed with this for like the last year. He's been waiting for this.
No, because I waited 3 hours for the state of play to have a 20-minute show, and I know how that feels.
Okay.
And like first we had the Nintendo Direct, that was, and then we had the, Nintendo Direct just showed us a bunch of, rehashes, and then you got the state of play who was 20 minutes for 3 hours to wait, and you're like, However, not to interrupt, I know there's a lot to talk about. Yo, we need to cover state of play and the direct because that's part of TGS. If you guys haven't seen, I know you guys seen that. Come on, man, you've seen those highlights. Let's be real.
Well, the highlights that I've seen, of course, is I read up on the ones coming to Xbox because to be honest with you, I am excited about getting more Japanese titles on Xbox. I'm really excited that, I think Xbox has done a great job over the last few years, especially with Sega and building a relationship with Atlas and getting Yakuza on the Xbox. I mean, Yakuza is my favorite. Yakuza is my favorite. I'm going to be honest with you, PK. It's my favorite. And while I'm talking about Yakuza, I am sad they're taking the title Yakuza away from the Like a Dragon series. But anyway, we'll move on. PK, tell us everything that...
No. Go ahead. Let everybody get theirs in. Paul wanted to tell us about the beginning of time over here. The world's biggest Batman fan.
The only like I said, the only thing I watched today's show, and I liked a lot of some of the games. I like the way they look, but they don't look that there's the style I'm going to be able to play, which is fine, And
wait. Saying, you're not about to glaze over there like no glazed donut.
Hang on.
Just
wait. Yeah, I am.
All right.
But I do want to point out for the people saying, that, remember that we are not the target audience for the Tokyo Game Show. It's more built for the audience over there.
The Asian culture, not the American culture, not the Western culture.
What?
Yeah, not the Western
Are you just going to put the Americas and the Euros in a box? Are you trying to say that we don't enjoy the Asian type of games?
But the way it's put together, their focus is the audience over there. Just like when they do the
because that it talked to him today. That shows.
Come on, Paul. I'm just messing with you, dude. I know where you're coming from, man. Come on, dog.
But see that's why when I see people complain about that, I'm like, but that's the focus. It's not all about us all the time. It's like that's the thing. The new game they showed, the one that was I can't remember the name of it now. That oh crap. The one that I gotta see if I can find it. It was a story driven game with like a real cool looking fights and where you're one of two characters on either side of the loop. Not Death Loop. There was another
Sounds like
can't remember.
majority of the games that were shown,
No,
but okay.
it was no the one with the dinosaurs and all that.
Oh, yes. The Capcom game.
yeah.
Was it
Extra
it had a-
primal.
That's
Exo
Exo
Primal?
Primal. Yeah, that one looked really good.
Oh, that's hot. I'm
Yeah.
dumb excited for that.
I was, but like that's one of the games that looks really good. But when they were talking about it, they were talking about it's not going to be easy and blah blah blah. So I'm kind of hesitant as far as the accessibility goes, but we'll see what happens.
I think you mixing that up with when they were talking about the Dynasty Warrior game.
I thought that was no. I thought the Exo. Oh well, maybe yeah.
Yeah,
But Exo Primal does look. Well, some of what I saw in Exo Primal makes me question how playable it's going to be for me. But again, I'm not too worried about it. I did get a bit of good news, and I will be mentioning this up until next Tuesday when I do it. Deathloop comes out on Tuesday for Xbox on Game Pass.
What day is that?
20th.
That is the
the 20th of September.
yeah,
You
20th.
did not answer that question correctly.
It's
my
already
game.
been
I
out.
know.
I've already played it on my PC station.
I do own it on PC, but I still will play it on Game Pass.
But I'm just okay. Let me finish what
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
saying.
My bad. Don't come for me, Paul. My bad. You about to come
Look,
over in my little box over here.
They talked about they mentioned they added accessibility because when it originally launched, it had no accessibility options. And actually, it was one of the questions I was able to ask during a call, and I didn't actually get an answer, but I let them know that it was
During
out there.
a call?
Yes, during a call, and so I'm gonna actually run a special stream on Tuesday on the Xbox Ambassador channel, boot up the game for the first time, and look at the changes and see what they've done to make it more accessible. Because that was my specific concern with that game, since you remember it was contracted and stuff before Microsoft bought Bethesda, so it didn't have all the things in the contract about accessibility, so they've had to add it in afterwards. So it's going to be interesting to see where it started and where it is now. So from that standpoint, I'm really looking forward to checking that out next week.
I'm still stunned. You just made a call up and then you made things happen. How come you don't do that for me? Huh?
Well, you know.
No, I don't know. I don't. Apparently, I don't.
It was during Summit. It was during the Summit they had.
I mean, you don't even have to explain. I'm just looking for a favor. Tuesday is a big day. Can you make it happen? That's all I'm saying.
That's right.
That's what's up, man. I know accessibility is super important to you, Paul, and it's super important to me because I want everyone to enjoy the games just as much as I do. So definitely should be a staple. I always said that, and I'm gonna keep saying it, and we want to spread that around. Accessibility. You know that little icon that Microsoft puts on their games with the little wheelchair icon? Let you know the accessibility options. That needs to be a thing on every single game going out. I'm real about that. I'm 100% passion on your team, sir. Even though you might have turbo and superchargers on your wheelchair, bro, but we don't want to leave nobody.
Nope.
Right.
And you're right that it is important. That's why I make sure that I'm doing a special thing for it when it launches because we know that it came without and they've added it since. So I think this is a key thing. A lot of disabled people, they need to know that the changes have been made so they can now play the game.
I like it. I like it. The fans speak out, or Paul just makes a call. I don't know which one it is, but it happens.
Little bit of both.
Saying?
Yeah,
little just saying, he got some weight. Yo, you got to be careful. Yo, everyone on the panel, careful, Paul. Man, he just said he makes a call. You never know. You might disappear from the internet. He might make the.
Well, Infinite just disappeared. And he had to come back. He had some troubles with his connection. So hopefully we can hear him now.
But do I need to call his ISP and get on him?
There you go. Make that call there, Paul.
Something around here.
Hey, I see a Flamish over there with his little pink thing around his neck. I really didn't want to say that out loud, but I had to notice that he's quiet and somewhere in the dark. with his pink thing. And for those who just listening and not watching, I'm being honest. I'm not being facetious. He just got a pink thing around his neck in the dark.
Looks like Earthworm Jim's private parts. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
know.
Paul.
I didn't
Oh,
know.
sometimes-
Season 1, episode 2, baby.
Sometimes we just need a mute button for Paul. Oh,
you
man.
You could have easily said Earthworm Jim without a suit. And then just a good. But
Maybe
no,
I
I'm just
should
joking.
draw some faces on there. Like
No,
eyes
don't. It's bad enough you got it
little
around your
googly
neck.
eyes on there.
It's bad enough you got it around your neck. Don't do nothing else. We don't need to make other people uncomfortable. You got something moving around on your neck, whatever that means. And by the way, that's a Belgium thing. That's not anywhere else. He's representing Belgium. So if he wants to embarrass anybody, that's his country. Just letting you guys know. It's not the rest of us. Go ahead, Flamish. What's up, man? You watch TGS? Sorry, clowns. I ain't taking over the host. I just thought I'd ask.
Not yet. So I actually cannot really go into the topic yet. No, I'm sorry, guys. I had.
Hey,
so
fire
much
this
stuff to
dude.
do.
Fire this dude right now. He just.
I'm almost never here already. So if you want to find me, I'll never be on the show anymore.
You see that? Hey, he didn't gave up everything. You see that? That was easy.
No,
What?
but
I'm so
Fine, was that
confused. I'm
easy?
so lost. Is anybody else lost already, or is it just me?
No,
What?
it's just you.
No, you're just not paying attention, Carlo. I know exactly what's going on.
But I did saw just now, I read a little bit upon it, and there's like this one game that probably no one's gonna talk about that I saw was in the list for Game Pass on PC, and that is called Dyson Sphere Program. Now, if you're a little bit of an engineer and you love seeing like building your own basically factories around the universe, basically, around the not just the solar system but a whole universe with different stars and stuff, you could do that. That's like the perfect game for that. It's gonna literally be hours and hours of gameplay. Like, that's a perfect game if you want to try be like the best engineer you can be, build better factories and stuff. But besides that, I'm sorry guys, just excited for Deathloop. That's all. I haven't seen too much. Sorry.
I mean, you still should be excited. Deathloop is a fun game. 100%. I own it. 100% on PC. I'm more likely gonna play it again on Game Pass for achievements. So is what it is.
I also played on PlayStation when it came out, right? That's when I bought it first. But I didn't go too far actually.
I'm shocked. I am shocked to hear that Flamish did not go too far in the game. Absolutely shocked.
Well, there's two things going on here. Thank you, Paul, for pointing out that Flamish don't finish games. But I would just say that first he played it on the PlayStation. You know they don't play multiplayer games on that console. Second of all, no, I'm just joking. I'm just taking shots. They do have a second controller sometimes.
he said they have a second controller sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Hey, but Deathloop is pretty dope. I do encourage everybody to give it a shot. The dialogue alone is crazy.
Yes, Deathloop is an absolutely gorgeous game. I played it via Steam, via PK's account. But perfect game to play on my PC station. So let them continue porting them games over to the PC.
Facts.
Well, I mean, we all know it was made by Xbox, but it's not the point. But
hey, it's gonna be a PC again.
All their new ones will be coming on PC too. So I got the post-it note. It's on my computer. It says PC Station on it.
That's what I'm talking about. Glad, infinite excited too, man. Tuesday is just gonna be dope. Shout out to the 20th.
You really love that 20th, huh? Yeah, it is your birthday. Also, people that are watching, please like and subscribe and share out. I know a lot of you might be watching from Facebook or Gooblog or RUTV or goodgame.ru, but please share it out, like and subscribe. It means a lot to the channel. And even if you don't speak English very well, comments are always appreciated. Chat's always appreciated. But Flamish,
Yes.
I'll let you pick the next topic. Where do you want to go?
Hold on.
Modern War.
Wait, hold on.
What?
I didn't get to say everything I like to see in the Xbox TGS. Come on, man. Let me
Okay,
get my
okay,
list.
okay, PK.
Let me
Get it
just
in.
tell y'all, everybody should be happy and excited. Let me tell you, Phil and his team, shout out to Paris in the chat. Phil and his team, yo, they have put their foot in the door. Xbox has never been successful in Japan until now. Right? That's huge. Man, they got the Japanese developers excited to talk about the development for their games and the Game Pass entries. Yes, it was huge. It was huge seeing the Wu Long Dynasty Warriors.
That one
this
looked
is by
really
Team
good.
Ninja,
Yeah.
and they went into detail how they fixed the combat, and it said you learn it is tough. That's what you were referring to, Paul. It's talking about Wu Long.
Yeah.
They should have accessibility options though. But the point is, they wanted this game to have a different perspective. This is a Team Ninja game, so you know it's going to have combat like crazy, right? Can't wait for that. Dope. Then they got on there, got the I forget her name, the chick in charge of Bethesda, talking all that good stuff about Bethesda games. You know, all I'm saying is they putting their best foot forward, and then they shocked the world by showing all these games dropping on Game Pass. Yes, all these sharp Japanese games, starting with Persona 5 next month. Royale. Can't wait. Yo, and they added an additional content to this version. So nobody got a chance to experience this. That's dope.
Okay, also PK, one question about Persona 5 Royal. If you haven't played any of the older ones, 1 to 4, do you still gonna understand everything that's happening in 5?
They're self-contained stories. They're like Final Fantasy. They have nothing to do with each other. Unless it
Okay.
says part 2.
So they're standalone stories, basically.
They're self-contained stories. So you don't have to play any of them. 5 is the best, so it don't matter. At the end of the day, I mean 4 is good too, but 5 is the best. It's hard to top it.
And Strikers does continue from 5 for people that
Strikers
don't know.
is technically the sequel of 5. Yes.
Okay.
It just don't say part 2 because it's created differently. It's more of a Dynasty Warrior style kind of game, but it's dope. Both of them are great. Surprise that Arxworks, for the first time since 360, has dropped another fighting game, I think it's 360. I mean, we had some ports for Xbox One, but not brand new games, right? So, brand new titles. Guilty Gear Strive, my fighting game of the year since last year, dropping on Game Pass. One of the best fighters in the world right now. I don't know about y'all, but that's super exciting. Dope. The definitely the Blast Blue Cross Battle. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but Cross Battle has not just Blast Blue, it's got Persona 4 fighters in there. Got the Ruby, the Ruby's owned by WB and it's a anime. Those fighters in there, it's got a whole bunch of fighters just like summed up into a big battle royale. Is pretty dope. That's coming to Game Pass, my guy. That's huge. Then they showed the Capcom what is it? The Primal Exo Primal looks phenomenal. Can't say no words. They of course you had Cerebral come out talking about, we flexing a little bit. Our Azure gaming has grown. We just want to put that out there that we got our foot planted here. We ain't going nowhere. That's a big deal. That shows huge support for the Japanese audience and the gamers over there. Unlike their parent, person who left and moved to California. I won't say who, but they supposed to sponsor Japan, but seemingly abandoned them. I don't know, if you guys knew that, but they just kind of threw up some fingers and just left. But anyways, hey, Team Green is just showing they putting their hands out, open the doors, open their arms, say, it don't matter what corner you come from, it's dope. You know what? And it's so much to talk about, but I say one last thing. You guys have not seen Power World. Power World is a Korean game. And if you see it, you'll know exactly the true competitor is of that game. What makes it worse is this game, the way the trailer is presented, is 1,000 times better. Because you know why? It is actually a real online multiplayer game. Something that the other franchise that's also popular has been lacking forever, including game mechanics. Now, if this game drops and it goes off like it's supposed to, man, Nintendo is gonna like rethink what the hell they're doing over there in them streets. I'm just being honest.
The
'Cause I think-
streets? Did you say the
Yep.
streets?
Yeah, them streets.
Oh,
Right now, you
PK.
know, yo, hey, look, I'm just saying, TGS, we got lots to talk about. Let me just say this: PlayStation Show was part of the State of Plays part of it, the Nintendo Direct's part of it. We could do this separately, but I'm being real. They had a couple games that were awesome as well, but one of the games is the Tekken 8, and they did an interview right after the Team Green show about Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is being built from the ground up with Unreal Engine 5, and they work closely with Epic to optimize it the best they can. They did not use any assets, from Tekken 7. That's exciting, guys. That means we getting a brand new, not just claiming to be new, but a triply crazy brand new game here with Unreal 5 focus. That means next gen only. How you guys feel about that? Nobody care?
Personally, really good because that was my favorite from the PlayStation showing. Anyway, I thought that looked damn good. It really does, in my opinion. That just the visuals alone excited me because I'm a Tekken fan. Not played it for a long time, but kind of brought that whole Tekken thing back in, where that you see that rivalry between the guys and stuff. I'm really looking forward to it.
Father and son.
Like you said,
yeah,
like you said, Unreal Engine 5 looks brilliant.
Anybody else, Flamish? I know you play it for like 10 minutes. You know,
I do play games for longer sometimes, PK.
okay.
But I travel between games a lot, but I do play games. Okay.
I'm gonna have Yobi post your time stats on all these games.
Oh,
Now
wow.
he's gonna start going to bed with the controller.
Wow.
He has a time on there.
He gonna start leaving his console on.
Yeah, he leaves his console on and his rubber band controller up, so he doesn't log him out for not using the controller, so he stays in game wise.
I don't cheat.
We're gonna walk by
I
his
don't
TV
use
and his
cheap
guys will be
mechanics.
walking in circles.
I'm not gonna use cheap mechanics in games.
Hey,
Screw
Flemish,
that.
you just be you, bro. We okay. We understand you got a time limit, and we accept you the way you are. You know.
I just take my time with the games I enjoy. If I don't enjoy a game after 10 minutes, I don't play it. If it takes long
After
to enjoy a
10
game,
minutes?
I don't
Dude.
think you take your time in 10 minutes, brother. I think you just
Half,
blow
half
it.
the games I play,
I don't know. That
10
man
minutes
probably
doesn't
do a
need-
lot in 10
if
minutes.
it doesn't
Yes,
interest
he do a
me
lot
just
in
a
30
little bit,
seconds. And you talking about 10 minutes? That's a long time,
So,
man, for him.
you have to imagine this, right? You're playing a game and they're saying to you it takes 6 hours to get to the good part. Are you gonna slog through 6 hours before you get to that good part? No.
How
I'm
many
going to
movies
another
have you
No,
game
watched
but-
the first
okay,
hour
but-
of and didn't get into?
but yeah, I
the
will.
movie.
I will
Hey,
at least
hey,
give a
hey.
game. I will at least give a game an hour, not 10 minutes.
I would
because-
just say
I was joking
10,
with
10 minutes
I'm not
barely.
taking
10
it
minutes
literally.
barely get you past. Okay, use your left stick to walk. Use your A button to jump. Okay, I'm bored.
That's
Well,
all.
screw
That's all
that.
he knows how to do.
Hey,
I'm joking. I
Hey,
don't take 10 minutes, guys.
watching
like-
Flamish how to play
Sonic Adventures.
is that dude that was trying to play Cuphead that one day. He couldn't get past the first stage, so he gave up.
10 minutes he gave up. No, I'm not joking. Not 10
Hey,
minutes.
even
course I
even
can
I
play.
tried Cuphead for multiple run throughs, probably for about 40 minutes or so before I can't do this because
Man,
I wanted to
I mean,
Try to
Cuphead's
do it.
hard. I know it is a tough game. Yo,
I
But-
always go in with the notion that I want to finish this game, right? I always say that I went in with Elden Ring to I want to finish the game. I actually went to start playing it again until I got stuck again. Then I stopped again. So, after a while it's just like I'm just bored. I go to a different game. If I'm bored, I go to a different game. Doesn't matter how long it takes. It's mostly gonna take more than an hour, guys. Don't worry.
Yo,
took
I
my fair
I'm
share.
gonna do this for you, Flemish. I'm gonna recommend Thomas the Train Engine for you, and then you watch that, and it'll help you get through your games next time, brother.
Okay, there's only one game I did try for 10 minutes. I couldn't get like I couldn't play it anymore. That was that
Peppa
new
Pig.
game on Game Pass with Crypto the dog, the superhero dogs or something.
What?
came out.
Well, the Super Pets. I started that last night. That's an awesome game.
How you not
That-
play
It's just
Super
not for me.
Friends? They
That's a
literally
fun
put
game.
they
The
literally
Super
put
Pets.
guardrails on the whole game. You can't.
Yeah, that's
I don't like it. I just don't like it. It's too simple.
Is it in Game Pass?
It's too
Yeah,
yes.
simple.
It dropped
in
in
Game
Game
Pass.
Pass yesterday. It dropped in Game Pass yesterday.
Yo,
Yep.
now you remind me of the little baby bear. It says the porridge is just too hot. The porridge is just too cold, and I gotta eat the porridge. Listen, man, you said you can't handle complex. Now you can't handle simple. I don't understand, man.
You're like, yeah.
I can't handle
Wait,
complex.
well,
It just needs to be so hard.
I need to say some things. First of all, we definitely have an abnormal amount of viewers tonight, way above our typical range. But everyone, please hit that like, share, subscribe button, share it out. And are we still on the Tokyo Game Show topic?
'cause-
Because I
yeah,
feel
well-
like we're talking about bears and porridge.
Well, so like I said, the PlayStation show was part of it, and so was the Nintendo show. So they're all part of it because it's all this week. So that's
Right.
why I was mentioning Tekken 8 and Project Eve, now known as, what's the new name now? They got an official name now. It's not Project Eve anymore.
Yeah, I forgot, but yeah, I enjoyed the Sony show. Was
Stella
actually
Stellar
Blade,
good.
something
Blade.
like that, wasn't
It's called
it?
Stellar Blade.
Yeah,
I was
Yeah.
I was excited for that too. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be honest. I wasn't feeling the PlayStation show outside of the games that stood out. Only because most people waited for like 5 hours and then only 20 minutes of a show, and I was like, what?
That's
Oh, wait, are we
so
now talking about the PlayStation show? Did we just move?
that's actually what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
but
go ahead. That's part of it. Tekken 8 was shown. That's what I started with.
yes, and
Come on,
Tekken
man.
8 looked awesome. I did want to talk about it before because I wanted the one to be.
All right, so
talking
go ahead. What else did you see on the show? I said Eve or I just forgot the name.
Yeah,
but-
Project Eve, which is called I got the list right here, Stellar Blade.
And
Instead.
shout out to Super G in the chat. Thanks, man. Go ahead.
Looks very action based, very fast paced as well. Looks very cool. Just in general, I think overall the PlayStation show really surprised me with the good games that are coming out, quality games. Also, PSVR 2 is coming at some point. They're creating it as we speak, and we do have a headset that we saw in a separate video, which was cool. But yeah, it's like Clown said earlier, that Yakuza game that they dropped the Yakuza name that's called Like a Dragon.
Well, it's already like a dragon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but normally what's called Yakuza, and now it's just Like a Dragon.
So the one that they call Like a Dragon, I believe, is a side story because if you look at it, it's Kiryu. Kiryu is the main dude of the first 6. They then moved on to a
Yes.
different protagonist. So
Yeah.
the different protagonist should be Yakuza, whatever the next one is.
It's actually a remake because it didn't came to the West, from what I'm reading.
No, it's not a remake because
no,
they're
it's
talking
not.
to-
This is a whole new
this-
thing, dude.
This is Kiryu when he is given up being Kiryu. He no longer goes by his name. He used a code name to go back. Like you
Yeah.
watch the trailer, it's when he's older and he's done with that lifestyle and he's in hiding or whatever it is.
Okay.
It's
And
gonna
then-
be dope, regardless.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go
Also,
ahead, man.
Clowns, I know you can stop talking about it, but Demio is going to PlayStation VR 2.
Yes, I know, but I need to get a PlayStation VR 2, and that is probably something I cannot.
So
Yeah, but why
definitely
play
get-
Demio on that when we already played Demio
Hey.
on the other? It's just the same.
Hey, I want to
Hey,
say
I mean,
that
true.
Flamish should support my PlayStation VR fund, and then I'll be able to play Demio.
Have they haven't come out with a price point yet? Have they officially?
It don't matter because
No.
Well,
Flamish
I know,
don't-
but I know it's gonna. I know, but what I'm saying is, I mean, that the only thing that's kind of makes me apprehensive is they aren't telling us how much it's gonna cost.
well,
They're
know,
still, they're
people
still
like
making the
Flamish-
VR 2.
price
So-
don't matter. He's just gonna pay whatever. So as long as he's funding it, I'm cool. Hey, no,
Not
but
VR.
to be honest, Paul, I'm with you, especially since they're raising the prices on their PlayStation 5s.
Yeah.
Their VRs are probably gonna go up too. So that's a real concern.
And by
also
keeping the
got-
keeping the price quiet still there, that way if they do decide to jack up the price, we don't know that, you know.
Well, yeah, we
Yeah.
will, because whoever wants to go buy it, you'll notice is like
Well, but we don't
$600.
have an official price point now. So if they decided behind closed doors and instead of 500, we're going to do 550 or 600, we're not going to know that it was going to be a lower price point, up until this point. It really does surprise me that as soon as it's supposed to be coming out, they haven't given us a price. Seriously, because
Well, you
usually by
things
now in
guaranteed.
the pre-release
more
state of like
expensive,
the
you're right.
console. Hang on. Well, I know, but even what I'm saying is usually by now even in the pre-release state, we've known the cost of the consoles. They
I don't know about that, because they didn't even show a console at first. They just showed a name.
But I'm saying I know, but no, it's coming out. I mean, it's coming out relatively soon. This is not still 2 years out.
I got you. You're right. You're right.
Well, we'll see. It's gonna probably be at least next year. So
Well,
it's probably
Animated-
gonna be at the end of
Animated
next
look
year.
like
probably.
he's thinking about how much it's gonna cost me to get in PSVR. I don't know about
But
He's like, I got Demio on the Meta. I don't need
This is true,
PSVR
this
2.
is true, yeah.
because
I
we
know
all
you
know
mentioned
that Demio sells VR headsets.
Actually, no,
does.
Demio is a
It
very
does. It
high
has.
rated game. It's one of the highest rated
So
games.
does the
Yeah.
Clowns. That's why Clowns got his to that game. So it does
Yeah.
sell. It does sell. It does sell.
And you know what? I still haven't played again with you guys since they released that new content a little while back. We need
I
to
haven't
get
played
back
with
to that.
Paul. I haven't played
No,
with
it's
Paul
not. You
since
haven't
he
played with
kicked me
us.
out of
It's
this
we
game.
haven't played with you because you
Yeah,
suck
you-
that bad.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Paul-
shut up!
Wow.
Wait a minute. Paul's that superstar, man. You can't touch. He only plays with the elites. Remember, he makes phone calls. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that phone call, I was invited to that phone call. I'll have you
Yeah,
know.
you spend it how you want it. Just know that you were the only one there and we didn't know about it. Just FYI.
and then besides that, I've one awesome thing, of course, new God of War trailer that closed the PlayStation show was just more God of War, awesome, of course. But besides that, I got two small gripes, too small.
Ooh.
First one is actually, yeah, because I do love Hogwarts Legacy. I have it behind me, of course. I do want to play games so much because I do love the whole magic stuff and all that kind of what's going into it and the stories. But to have again PlayStation have an exclusive that's nowhere else available, something that's very
For a year.
no.
For a year. Okay.
The quest is that a year an exclusive?
It's a year. It's only a year. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so but still, it's a year again, an exclusive. They're saying this stuff about Call of Duty that they don't want
It's
this.
Wait.
It's not
We
the
can-
same as Call of
be-
Duty. It's not even
let- be-
close.
No, it's
Let's-
not. But they're
let-
still
they-
doing that
hey,
thing. They always.
Hey, Flamish, let's talk about that in a separate. So I want you to go in. Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead and tell us more about your PlayStation. Let's keep it positive right now.
Yeah, of course. You know, I'm the positive gamer. Come on. But the other small gripe is it's not for me. I'm not gonna buy controllers, but the control they are putting out for God of War just is lackluster. It's just a small
I mean,
print on the top.
I mean, what you want them to do is
But
controller.
you're not really that big of a
They
God of
should have
War
called Pope.
fan
They should have
either,
called
so-
Pope, man. They should have called
What?
Pope.
I mean, it's the skin. I mean,
Yeah.
If you're a fan of that game, I'd pick it up. If you're
Yeah.
a big fan of mini games, big fans of that game.
Okay,
pick it
so
up.
I need to just buy a control because I'm a fan of God of War.
Yeah, I bought a couple controllers because I'm just a fan of games. Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
Forza,
Gears of War,
Gears of
Cyberpunk.
War. I bought many controllers just because I like the game.
I think
Flemish, Flemish, you wearing
Get
a
outta
pink thing
here.
around your neck because you're a fan of something.
Yeah, what the fuck you think we're buying? You bought that pillow, man. Get out of here.
No, his mother gave him the pillow.
Oh, Jesus, even worse.
I am a huge fan of God of War. It's one of my main franchises that I played.
And you don't want to
since
buy
the
that
beginning. I
controller?
played every.
Wait,
You,
wait,
sir,
wait.
No,
probably
I'm not
not a
gonna
fan.
buy a control just because it's blue
Hey,
and it has a little
hey.
wolf on it.
Flamish, we're not gonna fry the streets. Did you beat the game?
Nope.
Yes.
Bull.
all of them.
Wow. Okay,
The
credit
first
to
one on
Flemish.
PS2 was 8 years
Two
old,
of
maybe.
both of the PSP games, 3 of the
Oh,
PlayStation.
that's what he bought.
The
I ain't
PlayStation
talking
2
about that.
games,
I'm talking
PlayStation-
about this last game. Did you beat that?
Oh yeah, 2 times.
I don't believe him. Somebody
In the beginning when it came out, and actually a few weeks ago.
I mean,
we need a card check, please.
I mean, do I gotta get Yobi out of? I'm gonna have to call Yobi to pull your
you
card,
can
man.
see how many hours
Yeah,
I
we
put
need
in,
to-
at least 100.
That doesn't
Hey,
mean you
100.
completed it.
Hey,
I have 100 hours in Saints Row, and I've only maybe played it for a couple
I'll
hours
post
altogether.
my achievement from finishing the game and finish the Valkyries online. It's cool. I'll do it.
I'm
Okay.
100% the game.
Well, I'm still doing that at the moment, so I'm not done yet.
Well, you must not like it that much.
You know, it's you know what? You know, you gotta give Flamish credit. He said he finished it twice, so that's
He played it longer than 10 minutes.
Yes. Yes, he must have been depressed that day. Now we'll get to that topic later. I think we should talk about that too, clowns.
Yeah.
That topic. But anyways, was that everything you was excited for though, Flamish?
Yeah, that was everything. That
I-
was everything that was to show that I found interesting. The VR stuff not really interesting for me because I can't use VR anymore. So
Flamish has a new nickname thanks to Dragon Wolf. He's now known as Flamish the Kirby Killer.
Ooh,
Kirby Killer.
Ooh.
So
I like it. I
just
kinda
like
like it.
just like Paul, you now have a nickname.
Flamish don't even know where he's so confused.
You didn't even
He's
know
like,
who
how
Kirby
did I-
is.
I
He's
know
like-
Kirby.
He's like, how do you give me that nickname? Maybe because you look around your neck,
Yeah.
Jive Turkey. Maybe you figure that out.
Jive
Hey,
turkey. I like that. Welcome to the
At least he didn't eat my
Jive turkey.
Paul, you seen that PlayStation Nation?
Oh
show?
yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, for a lot of the same reasons. I mean, yeah, Demio got my attention. The and also the Galaxy's Edge VR2 PSVR2 thing. A lot of it just looked really good. I mean, I don't have a PlayStation. My roommate does, and I played some stuff on his. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed that show. I thought it was very well done. Very quick paced, and there are some things that if my roommate picks them up, I will try them. So that's about all I can say to that because I'm not invested in a lot of that. Some of the games they showed were cross-platform though, especially some of the ones that
Of course.
Tekken is cross-platform, correct?
A lot of their
So-
games they show is
Yeah.
cross-platform, but that's not really the point. But
No, it's not the point, but it's one of the things that that's why I watch the show though, because some of what they show is something that I'm going to have access to,
Okay.
even if Microsoft doesn't show it or one of the other shows doesn't. Some of those games, like Hogwarts, Tekken, whatever, those are games that I'm going to be able to play. So, and games I'm looking forward to.
got you. What about you, Anime? You've been quiet, man. You just like you about to take over the world, like Pinky and Brain over there. You just I don't know what's going
No, I'm
on,
good.
man.
I'm the same as Paul really when it comes to PlayStation. I mean, I enjoyed the show myself. It was quite good. You complained about how quick it was, didn't you? I liked it. Just the fact that they just hit you with games, rather than what the idea Xbox did. That was just no. We're not going to go there. I prefer just seeing what's coming out, that kind of thing. But yeah, for me, again, the same as Flamish. So looking forward to Hogwarts and Tekken for me. Just to get me back into Tekken again after all these years, it'll be a good thing. But we've discussed that, right? It's a game I am now looking forward to. It wasn't on my radar until I saw that on the PlayStation show. It now is firmly on the radar.
Shout out to all of the Harry Potter friends out there. 100. Got you. And that's good. Tekken, Infinite, you feel the same? Or what's up with you, man?
I'm not excited anything about PSVR wise. I'd rather have my Quest or my next Quest that comes out. I don't think they're going to beat that price point out. And that's probably why they haven't released the price point. They're probably waiting for the Quest 3 or the new Quest coming out in November. They're going to set the new point, and they'll probably set their point there after that.
Good point.
Now, Project Eve, if you guys think that game looks dumb and is not capturing any of your attention, that game looks. They changed the name to something stellar. I forget what the name. They got to Google it real quick.
Yeah,
anybody know the new name they changed it to?
Stellar
Does
Blade.
anybody know what
looks
Project
dope.
Eve changed their name to? They had to change it for something.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade.
Is it Stellar
looks
Blade?
dope.
Okay, that game looks fantastic. Nobody mentioned that game.
Project E was just its code name, wasn't it? Yeah.
Well, it's
I don't
Yeah,
think it was
with
a
just
code
a code
name.
name.
I think they had to change their name. I thought
No, it was
Project
their-
Eve. No,
it was-
I thought they had to
Project
change it.
Eve was just a
It
code
was the
name.
code name forever, and then they
Oh,
finally
okay.
got a real name. But point
Gotcha,
is, it's dope. You know, it does look good, like you said.
It looks really good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Phenomenal. So
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not too
excited
worried.
for it.
I'm excited about I just started playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. I think I'm on like chapter 8 or 9 now. I've been playing a couple chapters every Saturday. Fantastic story. Definitely looking forward to this. Was it Like a
Man.
Dragon Ishin or whatever it's called?
well, you
Because the
can't
story for
wait-
Like a Dragon has been fantastic so far.
Wait a
Like,
minute.
It's so capturing.
that story is Kiru's story. If you want to talk about Kiru, you need to play Kiru's story. Like a Dragon
I
is
don't
a
know
whole
whose
different
stories-
protagonist.
Oh, see, I
Well-
didn't even know that. I just started playing like a Dragon, that Yakuza Like a Dragon, and I never
Yeah.
played any Yakuza games prior to.
Yeah,
And I was dumbfounded how great the gameplay, like how great
they-
the storyline of the game was. It really captures you.
You can actually just jump in on any of those games, and I mean, each game has its kind of like own story,
That's what
right?
they
And-
said. They're all set to their own story. I
No.
read that. I didn't know that prior to Xbox bringing all those over to on the Game Pass. I never even opened or touched them because I figured they're all continuing stories, and I didn't want to start the first one from way back when just to go forward again.
I'm gonna just say, I'm not gonna lie to you. If you start with 0, then everything adds up because every Yakuza game has this huge reveal at the end, and it's always something to do with the previous arc or whatever that is.
Don't mind. And the only thing I've realized too, anybody the Star Wars one for the VR. Does anybody know if that's
The
coming out?
Tales of
or already
Galaxy
out
Edge.
on Oculus,
It's out.
Or is that going to be
It's out.
exclusive?
No, it's out for Oculus. It's
When did it come
gonna
out?
be.
'Cause I'm not sure of it.
It's been out for a while. It was, and it even went on sale for like $9 from both
Really?
of
Yeah,
them.
I'm unaware of it. I didn't catch it. I must not have seen it in the store. I haven't been on it in a few months, but I haven't noticed it was out.
So Dragon
Yeah.
Wolf, Stellar
Yeah.
Blade is a console timed exclusive, but it will be on PC when it launches as well. So it will
That's how I'm
eventually.
playing it.
It will be eventually on other platforms. You know how it is. Sony buys up the year exclusive time window or whatever. So
Yeah. By the way, Galaxy's Edge is actually the enhanced edition. So Clowns is correct.
Yeah, they claim it's enhanced, but I honestly don't know how much enhancement they can actually do. Guys, so I here's what I'm gonna do. Since we have a lot of viewers and I'm not sure where everybody's watching from, if we can get the likes over 300, maybe we can give out some sort of code next week.
we can give out codes today. We
You
can
got
do
codes?
it today. We got Steam
Wow,
codes
this
for
got money.
years.
Days,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Days.
Codes today.
They've been
Anybody, let's
sitting there
go.
forever.
Yeah,
We've been
so
ready to drop it on them. We do some drops now.
You know
like,
what?
what's
let's
up?
let's do a fucking drop right now. Let me pull
You
up
know
the
what I'm
list. I
saying?
got it somewhere around
We
here.
gangsta up in here.
it's not gonna be one of those 50-cent games, right?
None of
No.
our game. First of all,
I'm
Never
just
are.
kidding. I'm just kidding. I know.
first of
Wow.
all,
Does that
I'm
even
just
matter though?
at the end of the day, we do mysteries. We don't even look at the titles. All right. Some could be 60, some could be 30, but they're all free at the end of the day. Free 99.
Or 67 cents.
I
No?
I don't think I got a game. I don't think we got games there that low
There-
at all.
Uh,
I don't
uh,
think
Drop
so.
a nice one in
Yeah,
light
the-
right now. Here we go. Steam code, guys. Drop incoming.
all right, Steam
Boom.
code drop incoming. So whoever gets it, say thank you, please.
Thank you, please. Oh, wait, no, I didn't get it.
Wait, that means Paul's getting ready. Listen to this guy over
Hey,
here.
No,
I
no.
promise you, if Paul redeems this, I'm coming over his house and I'm making a sandwich.
Wait, Scorpion came over his house to get a headset.
It only took him a month and a half, but yes.
Yeah.
Hey, but
Damn.
look, clowns, did you, Carlo, did you watch PlayStation show?
I did watch it. The problem I have is I don't remember a lot of the titles, right? But I did like some stuff I saw. Okay, so the one that was the AC, it was like Assassin's Creed with Ghost of Tsushima kind of feel to it. That's the one I liked.
You talking about the samurai game?
Yeah, the samurai. Do you guys know what the name of that was? Because that's the one I like.
Like a Dragon Nation.
No, it's a samurai game. It's by Team Ninja.
The one that we were talking about, that I was talking about,
Yeah.
Yes.
that was that Exo.
Not
Rise of
Exo,
the
no, it
Ronin.
was,
Rise of
Rise,
the Ronin.
yeah, there, Rise of the
Ronin.
Ronin.
Oh, Rise
Yep.
of the Ronin. Now that one looked really good. I really liked what I saw there.
2024 though. It's gonna take 2 years.
It's all right. They showed us something. It's
Yes.
okay. Something.
From
And-
Kui Tecmo.
And that stood out to clowns. That's what's the matter. What else? What else do you got you there, buddy?
I like the cinematics that we saw from Tekken 8, to be honest with you. I thought that was really cool. I don't know if I'll actually like the gameplay, though, on the Tekken 8. Just depends how it feels. And what else was in there? There was something else that I liked, too.
The robots.
No, I don't like robots. It was the like a dragon thing, I think. There was something like a dragon in that one. Was it
There was.
Ikaban? Ikaban?
With the guns and stuff.
Yes.
The samurai. Yeah, that is like a Dragon Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'm
That's
on
it.
right now.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Hmm.
But, one thing I don't know, and if you guys know this, are those games also coming to Xbox at a later date?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay. I figured PK would know that because he brushes up on all that JRPG stuff. He makes sure he knows.
And by the way, what's up with that PlayStation Star stuff? Is that
I was
pure
just
digital?
about to say that. I was waiting to see if anybody said anything. And I was surprised. Nobody talked about this.
because I can't say anything nice about it. So I'm gonna be
It's
nice.
weird. I don't understand. Like I
Oh,
do
yeah.
understand, but is it digital only with the
Yeah.
points?
So that's what I was wondering. So I was trying to see if anybody picked up and see how do they feel about that PlayStation Rewards. It's a PlayStation Rewards thing, right? Kind of like Microsoft's Point. What's it called? The points, where you do the challenges and stuff. You get points that you can redeem for other stuff. It's like that, but they're doing. It's almost like they're giving away NFTs or something. It's like you buy digital
Digital goods.
items or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with them, but I mean, how do anybody feel about that?
Now on the show I was on last night, Midweek Gaming, they did say, and Animated was there, that they had really the information they released earlier said it would also include like discounts in the PlayStation Store and stuff like that.
Okay, so they
So
follow
there
in
is
suit.
some sort of other stuff besides the digital stuff that they focused on earlier this week.
So they're following suit. So that's a good thing, maybe, possibly.
I do want to say with the digital stuff that I saw, like those rotating stuff, right? If that's pure digital, it just reminded me like the first game that came out on PlayStation 5 with the little robot guys, where you have to collect all the different things that you can rotate and look at from PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, all the gadgets and stuff. Looks exactly the same. I don't know if they picked something of an inspiration from that, but I don't really see what you can do with it, really. That's my opinion, of course. We have to look more into it. I think we need way more explanation about it before we can decide if it's interesting or not for ourselves.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Seems hollow, but okay.
Yeah. At the moment.
What about Go ahead, Colin. Sorry.
I was just gonna. Does anybody else have anything they want to say about the PlayStation show?
Nothing.
You're
See how
empty.
much- See how much energy we had on Team Green show, and then we went to this other thing, and it's like we had two things we called out, and let me just be real. I'm gonna put it out there. I know a lot of people might be excited for God of War. I'm not saying God of War is a bad game, but I prefer the original three uh way those games pace themselves over this. It's
Mm.
I'm just being real. And this is me. You guys can kill me if you want. I generally feel like all PlayStation games play the same. It's always this third person over the shoulder with the same daggone controls. No matter what game it is. I don't care if I'm playing God of War. I don't care if I'm playing Uncharted. I don't care if I'm playing what's the zombie game. It all plays the same.
So then you're probably gonna not like the new Call of Duty as well, because that's gonna have a third person over the shoulder
It's not
mode as well.
but it's
But
not
it's a
that.
choice. It's a choice, I
But
think.
that's
I know.
third
I'm
person is
trying to
not my
segue.
problem. It's
Trying
the
to
fact that
segue.
all the controls are the exact same in every daggone game. You don't
Yeah,
have a different experience. You just feel like you're playing a different skin of a game.
yeah. I
Well,
think
you
it's
know
just
what
a
though? That doesn't
generation of
necessarily
the
bother
third.
me if the story is engaging.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
would rather, in many cases, that the controls be the same because, boy, when I switch from one shooter to another, and all of a sudden, instead of like doing an aim down sight, I'm throwing a grenade at a wall and blowing myself up, because the controls are different. It's like, I guess the best I could hope for is one of these days they'll at least make it all the controls fully customizable so you can match stuff out as you need to. I mean,
That's
look
how
at
it is.
Halo. They
That's how
control,
that's how it
yeah,
is in Road Company. You can map every button.
yeah. And well, look at Halo. Halo changed the control scheme between a lot of their different iterations, and at least finally in the Master Chief Collection, they gave us the ability to map all the controls the same easily. You know,
I can see that being a concern, man, and it's nothing against that. I just generally feel like I'm not experiencing a new game. That's all I'm
right?
saying. But that's me. I still played through it, and I still 100% it. Um, I
All
wasn't
right,
that
guys,
excited.
I got some breaking news. So I know I said earlier if we get 300 likes, we'll give away a code next week. But here's what we're gonna do: if we reach
I just
300
dropped 3
likes,
months right now. Pick it up, guys.
nice.
3 months live
We'll
right there.
we'll give away 2 Game Pass codes next week if we reach 300 likes.
There we
This
go.
every man, what man? They just bleeding pockets right now. That's crazy, man. Hey, everyone in the chat, man, y'all need to get on this 100. Uh, Clowns, I did forget to mention
And
Overwatch 2, a new character was also shown on Team Green Show.
Yep.
Um, and this is what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Paul, cutting you out there. There's so much stuff going on. There's so much showed. It's like it feels like this is how E3 is supposed to be. So hopefully E3 comes back next year, and we have this. We drink from a fire hose next year with all the information coming out. That's how I want to feel. Drink from a water hose. You can't even get it all. It's just everywhere, right, Paul?
yep.
Everywhere, Paul.
And
PK,
I was
that's
just gonna, I
also
was just going to throw out there that if you do redeem one of the codes, please let us know in chat.
Facts.
It's the polite thing to do.
No,
It's,
no, it's one of the rules, so we know someone got it. Because
Yeah.
you're just giving codes out there and no one redeems it, then it's just there.
Well, we're
So-
sure. Usually they get
So-
redeemed, but nobody says anything, and then it's like, because we can try to redeem and check, but we shouldn't need to. Yeah, thank you. It's very little to ask.
also
But-
PK.
Yeah.
And so with the E3 stuff that you feel, right? I feel the same about Gamescom. I want to feel wow, like you do at E3, like you do it this show, like this
Yeah,
week, right?
Like I said, it ain't never been this good though. Never.
Yeah.
Never been this good. Hey, but it's cool though. And for those I would say I'll glaze over Nintendo Direct because I don't want to make that long conversation. But I'll just say that majority of the games, like the Resident Evils, are coming to Switch via cloud. But what I really like is that they gave Resident Evil 8 a third person option. That's dope, right?
That's
And-
cool. Yeah.
And Resident Evil 4 is also coming to the Xbox. So the remake, well, if it's a remake, I can't remember if it is or not. Whatever. Point is, they having it. The best thing on Nintendo show is definitely Zelda, whatever the new title's name is, but it's basically the sequel to Breath
Tears
of the
of
Wild.
Kingdom.
There you go. Best game of their show, 100%. But it was still exciting to see that there's evolution coming to Resident Evil with the third person mode. in 8, which I think is dope. They're gonna add that as a free title update for all the current titles out there, which is dope. I think that's awesome. Because I know some people have a little bit of seasickness playing first person games, and third person the option is always dope. Anyways, I'm just glazing over that.
Side note on the first person, well, I just learned it a couple months ago. I'm not sure who told me about it, and I apologize. But if you take your field of view all the way out, because like Doom does that to me. Well, look, I get real sweaty. I get kind of nauseous when I'm playing it. If you take your zoom or take your field of view all the way out, you don't get it. It just goes away.
Oh, nice.
It's a visual effect.
I don't understand it. I don't understand why it works that way, but it's gone. It looks almost like you get a slight fishbowl look to it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't distract your gameplay, it takes a nauseousness right away from me.
That's a dope
Somebody
trick.
recommended it, and it worked instantly. Like literally, I got it, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta stop playing. Did it, and it was like, oh, much more better.
I will recommend that. Thank you, good sir. That's a good one. That's a free one. Everyone gets one free from Infinite for as gifts, guides, and suggestions. So next one is gonna cost you. Just to let you know, everyone is out there in the chat. But all jokes aside, clowns.
Yes.
We talk about all the exciting stuff. Can we talk about how one of the and if anybody don't know, I give you a link though, but check it out. Yeah.
So I know that we're all hyped up on this PlayStation show that we talked about and Tokyo Game Show and all these games, right? There's something that I want to talk about that I think I know our friend Jago would appreciate, right? I don't know if you guys had a chance to read up on this or not. I posted in the DM. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up, but I think this is kind of like a big deal in a sense, right? I think that this could lead to many great things. Microsoft Azure ramps up access to cloud computing via SpaceX's Starlink satellites. That's huge, guys, because that means in other countries that are going to have access to Starlink or rural areas, whatever agreement could be there could be something that is going to be beneficial to everyone to hop onto cloud gaming in general. This is a huge thing. It just opens up the doors for tons of people, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just going to be, Xbox. There's lots of customers of Microsoft in general, so this could help out with streaming service from GeForce Now or anything else. I mean, we can only think, right? We don't know, but the article tells us that this is already happening. It's in the works, and this is a pretty big deal, man, because 5G really opened up access a lot more. But now Starlink is in on this. By I think 2030, we're going to have 6G is what was said. So things are opening up a lot faster. Even in South Korea already has the 6G spectrum. Okay. So cloud gaming is going to be a big deal in the future. It's going to be more and more people doing it. And before we get to the panel on this, also, I just want to allude to some of the reasons for that is because you're not going to constantly, there are people who are going to love hardware. I get that. I'm not telling you not to love your hardware because I love hardware too, right? But I think when it especially comes to PC gaming and graphics cards and shortages and spikes in prices, less and less people, the average gamer, is not going to want to constantly upgrade their graphics card, right? I mean, graphic artists will, animators will. I mean, the 2% hardcore super gamers like me and PK will update our graphics cards, right? Infinite. But, I mean, for the average casual gamer, they could just get a cloud subscription and not worry about all this hardware and just play on their TV. So this is huge news. Animated, I don't know what the environment is like in England for faster services, 5G or 6G or Starlink, but I'm going to go to you on this. And what do you think about this, and how could this appeal to gamers and the future of gaming?
But it depends how fast it actually is, because over here, if you try and use the cloud services, especially for gaming, on the go with 4G, it is terrible. Mainly where I live, it's mostly 4G. So gaming outside of the house or not near somewhere with a 5G mast is terrible. Something like Starlink, that it would even, if it went up to 6G, that would be absolutely brilliant. I like playing games on my phone. Why not, right? If I'm stuck in traffic or you're out with the missus or whatever, and she's out shopping, you sat in the car park waiting for her, you want to be playing some good games on your phone. Done it before, but it's a case of if you haven't got 5G, terrible. With 6G or Starlink, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But like you said, it's not just for like this area. They put it into like the rural areas in the middle of the country, where it's even in the UK, out in the sticks somewhere. It's a really good thing.
Okay, can I actually add something to that
Yeah,
as well?
sure, because you're from Belgium, so that's another area
Yes.
that's
Yes. I'm actually there is a website where you can actually go and see where 5G coverage is, right? In the whole world. And when you look at Belgium, around Belgium, it's all nice and purple, right? From 5G. And in Belgium, it's actually mostly white from no 5G. Like we mostly have no 5G here in Belgium in the Flemish part. The other part is even worse.
Or syrup on waffles. So
Yeah, or
you,
syrup on
you got
waffles
more
as well,
problems
yeah.
than 5G.
Yeah, that sounds like me too.
Well, we do have a whipped cream though, but yeah, in Belgium, we're not that far from on 5G yet.
I say we take
think
a vote. I say if everybody in the audience votes for syrup on waffles, then Belgium needs to make that a new
Do you
country
know?
law.
At some point, I will eat syrup on waffles on stream, just to see what it tastes like. But I eat them pancakes. I mean,
You heard that? We gonna keep him. We gonna keep
I'm not
holding to
watching
it.
him eat waffles. I'm not watching that man eat anything.
Okay.
Except
Yes,
candy
sir.
with sriracha sauce.
So, shout out to Lemon for dropping by with the super chat. He says, Flamish the Pink Pillow's back. What's up, super friends? Thank you so much, brother, for that. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, Flamish does have that pink pillow, and he's ready to rock. He's back with that.
Tudum.
It's his 5G antenna. There we go. So, anything else you want to add to that, Flemish? Like, I know you said there's a map of 5G.
Yeah, there's actually a 5 map. I can actually post it in the chat if anyone wants to see it. It's actually interesting because
No,
when
no.
no. Okay.
Yeah, because
okay.
we're the rest of us are not Belgiumese.
Just so you,
It covers the whole world.
It's
not
yeah,
only
it's
Belgium.
it's a map that shows where 5G is, and you can localize it to see if your area has it or not. Or
Yeah, it's nperv.com. Well, everybody can look.
It doesn't even. Well, you guys got to think too. We're a couple years out from it being even close to being mainstream, because you got to imagine too. 5G is great, but how many phones have come out in the last maybe 2 to 3 years that only have 5G, or not only have 5, but are 5G acceptable?
Don't forget,
like I have
5G.
My iPhone from last year doesn't have 5G, or not one before that. I should say last year's did 13 did, but 12 did.
Yeah, also don't forget 5G is not that stable over long periods of space, right? It's only when you're close to it. So it still needs some work, especially in Belgium, but you need to put masts everywhere if you want to really have a good coverage. It takes a lot of work to get that going.
but Belgium's not that big. Can't you just get some foil and then wrap it around something and put it out your window?
I wish that was the case. No, not necessarily.
So before we get to Paul and PK and Infinite on this, right? I looked up some current Starlink speeds. And this is as December 9, 2021, which I'm sure it's gonna be sped up since then. But so residential is 50 to 200 megabytes per second download, 10 to 20 upload, 20 to 40 millisecond response time. The business tier is up to 350 download, up to 40 upload, same millisecond response time. RV, which are deprioritized on the network during congestion, is up to 200 megabytes download, 20 megabytes upload. The best effort, which I think is just another tier, is 100 megabytes download, 10 up, In maritime, for I guess those probably on the water on a boat is 350 down, 40 up, greater than 99 milliseconds, probably just because of where you're at.
Well,
But
that's what I was going to mention, that some of those more remote areas, the millisecond, and notice they're putting their best millisecond. They're not telling you what the averages are. They're not telling you, because you're always going to have, and I've always preached this with you guys, and you keep telling me they're going to find a way around it. There's always going to be a lag time between the satellite response and the signal getting to you and your stuff getting up to the satellite. It can't be helped. It's how nature works. It's the laws of science. So, you know, you just what?
Nothing, man. You just
your
be
name,
you.
I think your name changed again, Paul.
Oh, of course. Well, I'm not looking at that crap right
No,
now.
no, but it's a good name this time. I gave you your good name,
Yeah.
Celebrity Paul.
Just do your thing, man. Do your
But
thing.
no, I'm just saying that, it's going to be a while before the technology really gets there to make this a stable thing for everybody. Especially like you said, the maritime thing shows that the more you're out in the middle of nowhere, the more that lag is going to be an issue, because especially for gaming, and that we all know that, especially if we do first person shooters and stuff, you know if you get anywhere near 100 millisecond lag, you're not going to be able to play. you know
Yeah.
it's just it is the way it is. So yeah, it's going to be a while before we go to where there's this no hardware thing, especially for the outskirts, you know because the world is a big place, and there's a lot of places in the world that are hard to get to, signal or otherwise. you know so well, I still think we're sitting about 20 years out at least before it really becomes viable for mostly everybody.
Shout out to Xbox for delivering.
Yeah,
Shout out to Xbox.
Microsoft,
they are doing great things to bring the internet and accessibility out to the greater wide world and the more remote areas. But for it, that's not necessarily going to translate to gaming, um, for everybody right away or anytime really soon. You know, that's all I'm saying.
I think, in my opinion, I think if Microsoft is gonna make, as this article says, which let me say where it's from so you guys know, it is from GeekWire. Okay, so they're the ones that put the article up. Countries have already invested in 5G, and some are actually on 6G. When Jeepers and I looked into this, right, the other day, we had some questions on this. There are places that are in the Swiss countries that are getting, I think, already up to 10 gigs a second download speed. And they have cheaper ISPs. They're not as expensive as they are in the US. Comcast is rolling out 10 gigabytes in the Philadelphia market over coaxial with no actual upgrade to the coaxial itself, just their own internal network. So the investment's there, and I think if Microsoft has this agreement with Starlink, they see some type of potential, right? They see that Starlink could be taken further than what its current speeds are, and I think with kind of an agreement between the two or whatever is they're working on, it's just going to make it that much more powerful. Is it going to be, tomorrow? Probably not. It's going to take a little time, maybe 1 to 2 years. But yeah, I mean, everybody is pretty much on 5G almost, I think, except for certain third world countries and rural parts of the United States might not actually have a full 5G signal. It might be the fake 5G or the hybrid 4G LTE. But, I think we're getting there, man.
But yeah, I know. But I'm stressing that speed is not what it's all about. It's also, you got to deal with the latency issue. From a gaming standpoint, the latency issue is the more important issue.
True, but I would say that 20 to 40 milliseconds is decent because my latency.
Well, no, that's what they said is that they said that's what they're the best. They didn't tell you what they didn't say it was the average. They didn't say, they said if when it's working right, that's what you get. That doesn't, and again, certain areas, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, because it showed. If you're out there on a maritime boat trying to pull down that signal from the satellite, because you're away from other repeaters and stuff, you're gonna get really bad latency. It's gonna be the same thing if you're out in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the desert. If you're far from the repeaters if you're far from the repeaters and stuff, you're not going to get good latency.
The desert, that's something that probably needs to be worked on in general.
And remember, Microsoft isn't responsible for everybody's infrastructure.
That's true. No, I just think that we are getting to a point, though. I mean
but we're still looking at least 15, 20 years out before it's viable to go.
No, Paul. I'll make a bet with you. I will never call you Pineapple Paul again, right? If you're right on this. But if you're wrong, you're gonna dress up at MegaCon as a pineapple. Do you agree or not agree?
No. What's the timeline on this? What do you think it's gonna be? You think it's gonna be 2 years?
Yes, 2 years.
You think it's gonna be viable in 2 years to not have the people to not need hardware? Seriously.
Well, if we're talking about play anywhere on any device, right? I think on your phone. What I'm talking about in general, like using Starlink or using 5G, 6G. I think in 2 years it's going to be viable.
We already got that. Of course, we live in the city. Now, if you want to go out in the middle of the California desert and try that, sure. Or in the middle of the Nevada desert and try that. Knock yourself out.
Yep.
I wouldn't challenge Paul.
Even where I am right now, right? I can maybe attest to this. Where I am right now, my cell phone reach is so low. I have to use my Wi-Fi in home to call.
Flamish,
there you go.
Flamish, you don't count, okay? Belgium is
Belgium doesn't count.
Belgium is the size. Belgium is like the size of Indiana by itself. Okay, it's just like it doesn't count. Right? You guys only got one cell tower. All you need is a second one. You wouldn't have a problem. That's all you need.
Just one cell tower on the highest mountain in Belgium, and
actually work in ISP. Funny things
Animated's like you. I don't even know where you go. That's pretty sad. You only got one cell tower in Belgium.
Okay, so Paul, I mean, this may not relate 100% to what you're saying, okay? But I think this is important news while we're on the topic. Microsoft on their public webpage under their research projects, they have something called Spectrum Technology. Now, it talks about TV white spaces, and they're the unused TV channels in any given market that could be used to deliver broadband access services and applications. It works the same way as conventional Wi-Fi, but the TV signals travel over longer distances and better penetrate walls and other obstacles. They require fewer access points to cover the same area. So,
right. But there's still a latency issue. Even when I remember I went to broadcasting school. Trust me, I know how radio signals work. Yeah.
Paul, I'm telling you, Paul, Las Vegas is a desert, right?
Okay.
They count. They count.
Mr. Knowledgeable.
Yes.
Do you know the difference between how FM signals and AM signals work? How they travel?
FM is a higher spectrum, AM is a lower spectrum, and AM sounds terrible.
Incorrect, but thank you.
But they're already pushing high definition broadcasts across the lines. They're not using FM transmission, right?
They do, correct.
Paris knows.
Are they not using DAB at the moment? DAB plus.
Look, there's a reason that all the emergency broadcast channels for radio are on AM, because it goes through mountains and rocks and houses, and it can travel a lot further when they crank up the towers.
Yeah, hence the reason for ham radio.
Paul, can it give you superpowers? That's all I want to
That's
know.
a great question. That's what I
It
need to
can
know.
give you cancer if you're standing next to that tower when they crank it up high enough.
I'm not interested anymore. I was
Hey, at
looking
least
for.
he didn't say. At least he didn't say. If you stand close to the tower, you won't walk again. Because then I'd believe that motherfucker for real quick.
Oh wait,
Real
so
quick.
what you're saying is that it's a lower spectrum because it can penetrate better.
Right. FM works in a conal fashion. The towers have to be high, and the signal goes down in a cone fashion. But it doesn't cut through mountains or anything like that. That's why AM signals travel further.
Yeah, we get AM stations all the way from Canada over to Lake here.
Yeah.
Yo,
FM too.
even Flamish gets an AM station, and he ain't got but one antenna.
But
over
it
there.
also has to do with the wattage they put out as well. That's why your 50,000 watt radio station can go out a lot.
I
further
ain't
than
gonna
your-
lie, guys, but animes look like you falling asleep. He don't understand none of this wavelength talk.
I'm good, honestly.
I'm
I'm
just
listening
just
to
saying
the
that-
conversation. I've got no clue.
that covering those broader spaces is going to be an issue until they get more better infrastructure across the world, basically.
I'm always optimistic about tech, guys. I am. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I
would
love
say
A
tech.
it's
little bit
important
too
because
optimistic.
no, I would say it's important because that shows investment on infrastructure wise, where they can be independently able to broadcast their own content without relying on any other ISP.
But it does show that places like where Flemish is in Belgium, his government, his are going to need to invest in that technology.
Or they're gonna have to
He-
agree to Starlink's terms of service.
Yeah,
Right?
because-
If Starlink rolls out
Or
there.
that, but they're still
But-
going to need to set up antennas and access points and stuff, which takes, that takes input. No
Wow.
company is going to foot the bill for all that stuff.
Paul,
They're
they only
gonna
got one. They're not going to set up any more.
Yeah, well, so that's what I'm saying is you can't just look at these companies and think that that each of the little areas is going to have to invest their own money, and some of the areas don't have the money to do that
Yeah.
at this
Al- al-
time,
Also,
or
it
do
takes
they,
a little.
or they don't make it a priority like in Belgium because there's only 3
Yeah.
people and 2 buses and nobody cares.
But let me say this about Belgium, right? We're investing in fiber at the moment, right? The company I work for is heavily investing in fiber, putting the whole map into fiber. Basically, they want every person to have fiber. It's taking years. It's taking little years to get that small country that
Yeah.
is just the size of Indiana, PK, to get fiber. Okay.
Dart says Idaho.
I know.
I know.
Okay. So yeah, it takes years of infrastructure changes. So I don't want to know when Starlink is gonna become available in Belgium because it's gonna be tens of years.
If you want it to happen faster, make it a law in the country to use Cerebral on waffles.
No, that's not going to
Listen.
help anything. That's just going to slow down production because they're all
No.
going to be eating Cerebral waffles.
Yeah, all
But I
of a
mean-
sudden they're going to want that Canadian maple syrup.
But
man.
all of a
It's gonna be whole
sudden, they
thing.
become
I'll,
relatable
Canadian
with the rest of the
maple.
world, and it's a thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry, clowns.
Good question, Crazy Creek Dude. I don't know. Did they partner with T-Mobile? Do you mean Xbox or do you mean Starlink? Paris says there's your Belgium signal info.
T-Mobile takes coverage above and beyond with SpaceX, so I think it does.
Yeah, so it looks like everybody's going to start partnering with Starlink. But I will say this: I think especially I can't say how Belgium is run. I don't understand the politics of other countries, but I know in America, a lot of times what happens is that the tech companies like Spectrum, Charter, their head company, Comcast, Google Fiber, they're the ones that pay to roll out the technology. They pay the townships and the zoning laws and all the work to roll it out. They get tax breaks for it, I'm sure, but they're the ones that initially pay to upfront the costs of getting these services into areas. And
But
that's
they
why
pay where there are people and where there are customers. So if you're in the middle of
True-
Montana, there's
true,
only 20
yes.
people. You're not going to get that. They're not going to pay because they're not going to see a turnaround in profit. You know?
No, you are correct there, Paul. That is one thing I will say that you're right on. And I think that's where things like Starlink could help out Starlink would pay to get up in the mountains of Montana and stuff. But we'll have to see how good it is. I mean, Starlink really hasn't been tried and tested yet to a max. Yeah, Flamish did confirm, Crazy Greek Dude, that you are correct. They do have an agreement with Starlink.
Yep.
PK, you are a tech guy. You are a tech man. You work in tech. And
I have not became a cyberpunk yet.
but I mean, you're almost there, right? Like if that technology. So, are you excited about like technology like this? Like I get really super excited for.
I think it's great because it shows investment and, like I said before, the ability of getting away from the old way of doing internet and business. Satellite internet sucks. So if they can find a
Absolutely,
way
yeah.
to make it better, then I'm all for it. That means that the ISPs will have real competition. I know a lot of people don't know, but you can get internet from your electric company. They just don't advertise it.
Yes.
But it also sucks. So
Yeah, there's been problems with that. Yeah.
however, the point I'm making is the more that you create break down boundaries to create more accessibility to everyone, the more everyone can innovate technology to the point where it be better. Now, far as it itself, I think the overall high level is awesome. Um, but then I start to think about what other doors are you opening here? Um, and that's just me. But I think it's awesome in general, like over a high level. Again, that gives companies, even people, more options to be able to um, have access to things they typically didn't have access to before. Point is, the cloud is actually going to go to space, and maybe that's something to talk about.
Okay.
maybe animated will actually get those Google glasses that are not Google Glass, but HoloLens glasses going forward. And it just has the information every time he looks at somebody, and
We can only hope, right? We can only hope.
you know, it gives you a game guide
Be
while
like
you
be like
playing the
watch
game.
be like watchdogs. Be like watchdogs.
Yes,
Absolutely.
you know,
Pretty cool.
yeah. So it's a thing, and like I said, them getting their footprint out there, is a big deal. Um, I think it's a big deal. You're gonna have a lot of people, not just Azure, but they're also their competitors like Amazon, also doing the same, and etc. So it's, it's a good thing for us. Um, I would say. If I'm talking too much, let me know. But
No, you're good. Yeah, no, my thing just stopped for a moment because I have a storm rolling in, so everybody just stopped for a second on me.
so I put something in the chat. I want everybody to take a look at that because our big brother Limit brought it up this week, and I thought it was something that everybody could probably touch on, and I think is dear to everyone's heart. So if you take a look, tell me if that's something you like to talk on there, clowns, because I think it's important.
What chat?
I think he means in the restream chat.
No.
Yeah, I'm having issues with my bandwidth.
No,
Obviously,
in
Twitter.
the Twitter chat.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that idiot who said, "Oh yeah."
Hey, don't spoil it. Save it. I want to know.
Okay, so yes, first of all, shout
I
out.
responded to said
I
idiot.
can talk
yes.
about
Yeah.
this for sure. I can.
Yeah,
talk about
so we'll try. I'll hold on, guys. I want to try to keep this brief because I know animated. It's later for him, but shout
Let
out
him go
first off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to 108 Dragons TV. He did cover this about DJ Vlad talking about adults and video games and depression. Animated. in
First,
the DM.
read it to the people in the chat, and because they might not have seen it.
So
Read it.
DJ Vlad says, as an adult, playing video games for long periods of time is a form of depression. If you don't believe me, ask yourself this. Think about the 100 greatest moments of your life. Do any of those moments include video games? Probably not. And this comes from a lifetime gamer. So, Animated, what do you think on this?
For me, it's the opposite. I use games to escape from the normal life that is the stressful thing that does get me a little bit fucked up, right? I use video games to forget all that shit, and then I escape just for that little even if it's just an hour, you escape from those silly thoughts for an hour. So for me, it's opposite completely. Completely opposite. So I have to disagree with it. I didn't see that before, but yeah, it's not for me.
You
I
don't,
think it's
you don't
each
agree with him?
No, it's to each individual, isn't it? To
So-
me,
so-
gaming is it's a form of an escapism.
So just to counter on, he carried on to continue to defend his point, even though the entire gaming community kind of rained on top of his head. I would just say, can you think of any 100 best moments of your life contribute from gaming?
That's what I want to talk about.
Let me hear it animated.
I don't know really.
Well,
I don't know.
I think you
Go on.
you expressed it many times on the show, talking about playing with your boys. I'm sure those are great
Absolutely, yeah.
experiences.
I mean, there's so many great memories of doing that kind of thing. I mean, it can, like, as you all know, that I am no longer with my family and stuff, and me and the kids at the weekend got together. It was a bit rainy outside. We thought we'll stay in. All we did all day, the three of us, was just sit and play video games. It was absolutely fantastic. It's one of the best days we've had for months. You know, I mean, on one of my kids, he's a little bit down at the minute. He's 14 years old. On the weekend when we were playing, me, him, and his brother, it's the first time I've seen him smile for ages. So yeah, it brings us together because all three of us play games. It's just, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
So you
So,
don't
yeah,
see it as a form of depression, then?
No, not at all.
He also say that if you play games more than double digits of your time, your life is passing you by. Now I did the math. Double digits meaning
He's
at
just
least
being
10%.
judgmental. He's just being judgmental.
I know, Paul. I'm gonna let you go in. I just want to say, I did the math. 10% of your day, 24 hours in a day, that's 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours a day. You're saying your life passed you by?
You
We
can
spend
say
more
that
of our-
about any form of entertainment. You could say that about going to the movies.
That's what
You
I
can
want
say
to
that
hear.
about listening to two albums. Just sit in the dark listening to two musical albums. Yeah, you can say that about any form of entertainment. You pick a form of entertainment. How many people read a book? Is that wasting your life? Is it?
That's what I want to hear. Get it, animated. That's what I want to hear.
It's true. It's true. Flamish is jumping at the bit here. Look at him. He's like, I don't got something to say. But yeah, I'm gonna let Flamish go. But my opinion is that I don't see it as a waste. I see gaming as escapism. Simple as that. You work all day. You've got no money left, and you just think, do you know what? I'm going to play a game for a couple of hours, forget everything that exists, and it in most parts it relaxes you. And I'm going to hand it over to somebody else.
I love it. Hey man, that's like the best passion I've seen in all day, bro. That's what's up.
So
And-
shout out to, sorry for cutting you off, PK. Shout out
Okay.
to 108 Dragons again, also saying I think he's in reference to some of the greatest moments of his gaming life: Halo LAN parties, GoldenEye, N64, Tekken, MK, and Street Fighter. True. I mean, facts right there.
Yeah, and I think part of his problem is the way he came out. Now, if he says that some people could be suffering from depression, then that would have came off a little different. But because he said his opinion as if it's facts and he knows how everybody's life is, that's why it comes off like, wait a minute, you need to pause. You out of pocket. Flamish is itching with his little thing around his. Let's go, man. Let's hear what you got.
Well, first of all, I want to say this, like, actually, when you read a little bit further, the same most artists are depressed when they're poor and still poured a lot of hours into painting and stuff, but they're still producing art. A gamer produces nothing, is what DJ Vlad said, right?
Yeah.
I do want to attest a little to that. When the longer I game until now, right? I mean, I've been gaming all my life, right? Since I was 3, 4 years old, something like that. Most people laugh when I say that because I do remember a little bit about that. But I still remember the first time I had a Game Boy and played Pokemon. That was my first like real game that I played hours and hours and hours, right? That was a really good time. But as life went on and I'm getting older, right? I'm still thinking like if I'm playing video games, I'm just enjoying myself, but I'm not really taking anything with me through life, right? Like he's saying basically. So I'm looking into things and I want to start doing something that's more um a different medium, something that actually has a benefit to my life than just gaming. Gaming is cool with the stories and all. I do love gaming. I always love gaming. I'll never stop gaming, but I just want to do other stuff than just sitting in a couch playing video games, because it doesn't to me it feels like it doesn't do anything to enhance my life than except I don't want to sound too negative, but it's not. I do not call it waste time, but I enjoy that time. But it just feels like I could do other stuff that's beneficial to my life, right? Because you don't take anything with you from gaming. You just enjoy the time that you have while
You
gaming.
don't take nothing with you regardless. Let me just put it out there. I just wanted everybody in the chat know that Vlad makes his money off of celebrity gossip 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's basically
Literally,
putting a little
literally.
bit of fire under a huge topic that he feels he has to talk about. Okay, but besides that, I did have some conversation with clowns and graphic art about it as well, and I just feel like yeah, I want to discover different things that actually maybe just turn away a little bit more from gaming towards something that just more um beneficial to other things in life, not just
Well,
enjoying my time.
like I said, like we all said in the chat, you can do what you do, man. If you want to read a book for 5 hours a day, have at it. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Right? Whatever you put your time
Yeah,
and energy to,
yeah. I
that's
mean,
your thing.
that's true. Like movies, indeed. Like I love my Marvel movies. Like that's also just waste. Like you're just looking at them, and but I think most forms of media in general, basically media, right? Not things the way you actually have things you can do with afterwards, but it's all in that ballpark of what can you do, what's beneficial about it, right? Except just having a good time at that point.
Facts, Dragon Wolf. It is a hobby.
Yeah, it's you basically can call that. Yeah, it's I think all hobbies basically are like that. But do you have to be that kind of view on it? Yeah, I don't think that's the way to look at it, but I think it's more to stir the conversation around and see what comes up from other people. Than
Uh,
I'll go next.
Yes, let's go with Infinite.
You
Let's
guys,
go.
really don't
That's
want me
what
to
I've
go.
been waiting on. Hey,
First of
animated
all,
started off was good, and then Flamish just kind of just
yeah,
deflated the whole
how
thing.
many people in the chat, how many people
I'm
on this
just joking.
panel can tell me that if you guys sitting at home when you were younger playing video games kept you out of some trouble, sometimes some heap of trouble. You're like, oh, thank God I stayed home and played that game. I didn't go out with them guys. Oh, I'd have been locked up right now.
Yo,
I've been caught in the
no,
back of the broke out
yo,
handcuffs. I'm allergic to going out with my friends.
yo.
Gaming saved me as a young man. It did. It kept me out of trouble. It kept me grounded. It gave me a reason to stay home, get good grades, so I keep getting games. have my mom pay for my internet connection, have my mother take me to go get my games rented. Like that was what was important to me. I wanted to play them games. That was what get me help. Yes, I used it as an escape because my old man wasn't there. But you know what? I got to do what I wanted to do. That kept me off the streets. As an adult, ain't nobody telling me what the hell I could do, in or out. If my doors are shut, and I'm a positive member of society, and I pay my taxes. You ain't got a goddamn word to say. We both got control of the hand. Mine just happens.
Oh my God!
Infinite's bringing the energy.
Go! Your TV. You got control in your hand too. I got one of mine. You got one of yours. I just do mine differently.
That's what I'm
Both
saying.
Both of the same regards. You're going to watch TV for 4 hours. I play a game for 4 hours. We are both mentally gone. Yes, you can enjoy your time watching a movie with your kids. Yes, you can enjoy your time playing freaking Turtles in Time with them. Yes, sir. Yes, you can. Doesn't matter how you perform. Doesn't matter how you perceive yourself.
Yep.
Don't worry about me. I'm not going to worry about you. Whatever you do in your home is your, not me. Whatever I do in mine is mine, not yours.
2 questions, Infinite. Do you feel like your life has passed you by? And can you name one greatest moment in your life that contributed to video games?
Absolutely. I just said it. I can tell you, I could have broke out in handcuffs that night, but I decided to break out that game instead.
Yo.
There you go. Look at Paul. Paul has the most to talk about anything.
Yo, I know. I wanted to save
would Paul have?
I
don't want to talk to Paul either, but
I wanted to save him. I wanted to save him because I already know he's going to go through gaming. Look, Paul still got encyclopedias on his wall. Okay, we gotta give him a little bit of space so he can, because I know he's ready to attack the mic.
Yeah, Paul got it the best. If gaming ever helped anyone, it'd be a man like him.
Paul.
Yo. Okay, so look. First, I want to speak to what Flamish said. We do take things from gaming. We do. If we're smiling, we're laughing. That is beneficial to us and our psyche. Okay, it's and it's something that can just like when you rage quit, you get mad at a game, and the opposite can happen as well. So to sit there and say you don't take anything from gaming, well, you do. And with some of us that can't go out and play, can't go out and get busted by the cops, that is even before social gaming. That is the way we entertained ourselves, watching TV, movies, playing games, and it's what kept gave us something to do, gave us something to entertain ourselves, gave us something to enjoy, get involved in. I'm just like my dad. I'm a trivia master because of that crap. So I take knowledge with me, but also speaking to the depression part, and a lot of our viewers know this. I know you guys know this. I've had some really bad times recently, and it's the gaming community and playing games with people and just talking to people in chat that has helped. I can't say it pulled me out because, antidepressants are what that's for. No, but it helps keep me
say no to drugs.
Yeah, it helps keep me engaged a little bit, because it is really easy when you are depressed to totally disengage. And
that's
anybody who dealt with depression knows
that's a good point.
So at least in gaming, because yes, it can go the other way where somebody can get into gaming and disengage if they are depressed, but it's not. But usually that wouldn't include playing online.
And it's not everybody.
Other people, and it's definitely not everybody. And everybody deals with depression in a different way. Some people, when they get depressed, they eat a lot. Some people, when they get depressed, they sleep a lot, which is kind of what I do. It's different ways of handling it. You cannot say any one thing is a sign of depression. And for him to sit there and say that if it's more than double digits, well, you know what? I really don't have a lot to do in my life on a day-to-day basis. So
there you go.
I watch a lot of TV. I'm on my Xbox a lot, and sometimes it is to keep me engaged so I don't get depressed.
Yeah,
you're right. And I can recognize when I'm down, and I've told you all this. There have been times I said I can't do the show because I'm not in a good place. I've told Carlo that.
Yep. And Paul, my other friend is in a wheelchair like you, and he spends all day playing games because he ain't got nothing else to do either. Yep. But he enjoys himself. He doesn't feel depressed about it.
Oh no!
If anything, he's cracking jokes.
Yeah, when we get together in a group, what are we doing the whole time? We're laughing, usually because I'm being a smartass. But but that's how I relate and that's how I have fun. And there's nothing funner that even if I'm playing a game I really don't really care for, if we're laughing and joking and having fun, hey, that's a good thing because those endorphins are getting released and I'm feeling better. And hopefully I'm also giving and helping other people feel better as well by
You
making them
always do,
laugh,
man.
by
You
having
always
a
do.
good time.
Yep.
You always do. I just wish
Yeah.
your name evolved, and
Yeah.
then I would have had a better time. Uh, and you made some really good points there, Paul. And that's kind of how I viewed it too, is the opposite effect. But again, he claims to be a gamer, so he knows how we all feel. Clown, Scarlet, what do you think?
So with this comment, I think Vlad was kind of like out of line. I don't, he's not a psychologist or anybody trained in the medical field. He's the guy who interviews gangsters and street thugs on his channel, and he's even some. You guys don't know this, but there's a guy like Michael Francese and a couple other guys, right? So they even have said that Vlad has gotten some people on that were just not real, authentic people from the life. But besides that point, Vlad's statement is way out of line because in my life, I do have some great moments of gaming. It's something that my dad and I used to do together a lot. Like we spent time that way. We bonded that way. My dad got me the Atari 2600. We'd play in the basement together. He got me Masters Universe. Played Smurfs on ColecoVision with him. He got me the NES before it even came out on the retail market, a couple days ahead of time, and we bonded over Super Mario Brothers. And then in his pizza places, we played, coin op arcade games. Like we went from Galaga and Space Invaders to playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or X-Men together. And then pinball was something that was a favorite of ours. Like every time we went to the Jersey Shore, he knew some of the owners of the arcades over there. We'd go play pinball, or we'd go to another place in Bucks County at the time. It was called Sportland, and we'd go at night when they closed, and we'd have like a big bucket of tokens, like 500 or whatever. And we would just play pinball all night long. I mean, like we bonded and we talked, and I got to know my dad a little bit that way. Because a lot of times growing up, he wasn't always in the house because he was always out at the restaurants or the pizza places or going to Chicago or going to Massachusetts or whatever. And gaming was the way that we communicated and talked to each other. It helped me deal with the fact that he wasn't always there during the day. So for me, those were my greatest moments of my life, gaming.
Do you feel like your life passed you by?
No, I felt like that I've learned things about my father in the past because we got the time to game. And today, to this day, gaming helps me still deal with the trauma of his passing away that I've had a hard time with. Even though he passed suddenly, it was a natural act of God, which was weird, but it was a traumatic event. And it helps me, break away from the images in my head sometimes or thinking about it. And I think gaming's a great thing for people with depression, and it's a great thing for people with PTSD. It has shown time and time again that it's helped tremendously, even in studies with veterans of armed forces or stroke victims or people that have that are going to physical therapy to relearn how to use the muscles in their fingers. Gaming has helped. Scientific studies have said this, right? So this guy saying this is it's out of line, man.
Do you
Like,
believe he's a real gamer?
I can't attest to that. I don't know.
Anybody? I mean, we could all speculate. He's speculating. Why don't we do that?
No. Negative. Captain.
Based on what he said, do you think he can actually speak for a gamer and how we view gaming?
I would say he might play games, but he's not as invested as we are.
He doesn't play
Okay.
2.5 hours.
It's not an
a day.
enthusiast. It's not an enthusiast like
Yeah,
we do.
he may play 2 hours and get bored. So or play 20 minutes.
Well,
and
anybody
decide
can
he
be a
doesn't like
gamer.
the game.
No,
Game on a phone,
he
right?
doesn't play double digits. Remember?
Oh
So
yeah,
that's-
yeah.
He doesn't play double digits.
He could play for 10 minutes and decide he's done. And be happy.
Sounds like him and Flemish must be gaming partners.
Hey,
I'm
look,
still an
let,
enthusiast.
let me
though.
let me just say this. Okay, I'm gonna say I don't like. Obviously, dude spent all day, all week trying to defend himself, and he just kept making himself look worse. And the gaming community just dunked on him. There's a reason. Kind of like shout out to 108 Dragons TV. There's a reason why the gaming industry is the largest media industry in the world right now by triple digits, right? And there's a reason why trillion-dollar companies like Microsoft and Amazon is investing in the ecosystem. And all I'm saying is, think about this. Instead of a form of depression, maybe we should use the word therapeutic. Maybe we should use the word healing. Because just like Paul and everyone on the panel pointed out, there are situations where, yes, everyone can think of a best moment in their life contributed in gaming, and multiple, right? Me, my first tournament I won, 14 years old. My dad has got me into gaming. He's the one that actually got my first console. You know, and I lost him at 12, but I hold on to everything that he gave me, right? Going forward. Everything. Some dude mentioned, hey, I met my wife playing a game, and we've been married 22 years now. Best moment of my life. How can we make that judgment call on what someone else's experiences are? The reason why a lot of people are attracted to gaming, I heard the word escape. I heard the word to get away from my stressors. And like I said, the word therapeutic is not being used. You know, the idea of trying to engage people. Think about it. I would never have the friends I have today on this panel if it wasn't for gaming. All of you watching right now wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for gaming. Think about it. This is a big deal. And no, I don't think your life is passing you by. I believe that it connects each other. We are connected because of the world that we're in. I believe it brought us closer. It
You know what,
evolved
guys?
to the point where we at now. What's up, Infinite?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just saw a Fastback's comment about daughter's degree in art therapy and gaming is part of it. How many times did you guys remember on the news they were discussing the Wii being used to encourage senior citizens at
Right.
senior homes to
Right.
engage each other and participate in gaming that way, so they both get
Right.
exercise and they're getting socially worked as well while they sit there with their friends and play? Come on now, they have bowling leagues in these guys. Come on,
Listen. We wouldn't hear 108 Dragons TV talk about E3 for the 1000th time because that was one of his favorite moments of his life, right? I'm taking a jab at you, but I mean it's all love. So that's one of his greatest moments of life. That's why he likes to talk about it a lot because he got together and celebrated gaming, right? That's why we had these events. That's why, and it's not just gaming. Any hobby or something you in, just because you spend time doing it doesn't mean you're wasting your life. Everybody don't need to grind to make money every second of your life for it to mean something. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean jack. What everything means something to you depending on your value of what it is. Flamish said, I might want to do something different in my life. That's cool too. No one's going to judge him for wanting to do something different. That's his choice. But whatever he puts his life to, that doesn't mean his life is passing him by. If he wants to go do figure out how to do X sketches for the rest of his life, I mean, that's his prerogative. You know what I'm saying? I mean, animated, he's got too much gaming. He can't even keep up. He's buried over there. You think he's depressed? His only depression is how do I get to them all? I want to make sure I can play him before I rest in peace. That's his only problem. He's not depressed. You know what I'm saying? Paul, he just stressed. If it ain't for gaming, I will be depressed because I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm sitting here looking at a screen. You want me to listen to old-fashioned radio? I did when I was,
35.
Whatever
By
that
the way,
age
let
number
me
was.
just say, Marconi was a very nice guy. I helped him develop the radio thing. You know.
I'm just saying.
Wow, listen to this guy.
Hey, look. I don't know if he's flexing or making fun of himself, but we're gonna let it roll.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everyone spoke from their heart with passion. I 100% agree with everybody's point of view, no matter how you go about it, because everybody approaches this differently, but we all come to it for a similar reason. And that's why I kept saying therapeutic. And that's why I
Yeah.
kept saying connections, because think about all the connections we made through this, all the social adventures. You know, we don't meet everyone in the chat 100%. We all don't play the same games. None of us do. But we all have something in common. And that's what I'm getting at. So, for as Vlad being a gamer, I don't believe it because I don't see none of his friends defending him. You know why? Because he ain't got no friends. He don't play online. That dude is a fraud. I'm gonna be real. He's a fraud. None of his friends come to his rescue. Because guess what? If you seen me getting attacked, I bet you somebody will be in here trying to defend me. 100. You know why that dude can say he ain't got no best moment in his life? Because he never used gaming as a therapeutic experience. He is the one who's actually depressed, projecting how he feels. That's how I read this.
All right, guys. Well, I just want to let you guys know. Thank you for everybody coming out tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're gonna go ahead and end the show. We hit the 2-hour mark. I was trying for 1 hour, but this was a passionate topic. I think.
Great.
Yeah. Really passionate. So
Hey, thanks for
nice
everybody too, man, and thanks for everybody coming out for sure. And sorry to cut you off there, Carlo. I just want to make sure. Go ahead, man.
And Animated Evil, I know it's the latest for you, so tell everybody, what you're up to, where they can find you. Yeah, Belgium is, you guys don't even use syrup and waffles, but at least in England, you get some good syrup.
I wouldn't say he's any further above you than he don't have a job. He ain't going to anywhere tomorrow. Anyway, you go out first, brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Sorry, Flamish. I'm up in 4 hours for work. You're fine. You're shush. Yeah. Thanks for having me. It's been really good tonight and really enjoyed it. Great to have Flamish back. Great to be back myself. So yeah, you can find me here Thursdays 4GQTV, Wednesdays Midweek Gaming, and the Backlog Bastards with Spooky. And if you want to find me, you can find me on the Twitter animated_evil. Thank you very much for coming. Chat, you've been amazing.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Animator, for making the show tonight. I know that your life's been busy and you're juggling work and balance, so it's always appreciated when you do make it. So
That's
thank
right.
you very much, brother.
That's right.
And then we'll get to the Belgium bully, the Flamish, the Kirby killer. Where can people find you, Flamish, when you're not busy making candy bowls?
Over here on 4GQTV, of course. We're doing something new. So now at the end of the month, we're always going to release a video that's saying what games are coming next month, which is going to be like a 5-minute video. So that's something that I'm going to produce from now on, with a little bit of Klaus's help, of course. Our big boss on the channel.
Well, no, I'm just a small little guy,
And besides that, of course, you can find me on Twitter. Klaus, what's my name?
You don't want me to say it.
The Belgian sensation across the nation.
No, he's talking about his
Twitter
Twitter
name.
name. He's talking about his
Twitter
Twitter
name.
name.
Oh,
You say it.
Gregory Glurutz.
Infinite, I was about to go in on that. That was so open.
I don't know what you mean, but okay.
Call me Poppy,
No.
all right?
I'll always be on 4GQTV. I'll always be there when I can, and I'm happy to be here. So
Yeah, thank you for making the show tonight, and your Pink Pillow made an appearance as well. I know that made everybody happy. You boosted the 5G signal in Belgium for everybody, so congratulations. Paul, let's get to you, man. Celery pineapple, spiced apples, cherry pie, whipped cream, pumpkin. Paul.
So just before I get to, okay, I've got a couple of things coming up on Tuesday on the Xbox Ambassador channel. I have a special stream for Deathloop, excuse me, and it's gonna be for PK's birthday. No, and I'm going to start it for the first time. We're going to look at the accessibility that they've added to it. So if you're available, please tune in and watch that. I don't know what time on Tuesday, so go like the Xbox Ambassador channel on Twitch. It might be my normal stream time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll let you all do the math where you are locally to figure
Paul,
that out.
don't get mad at me if I invade your world.
And that's okay. That's okay. And then also please follow me on Twitter, CerebralPaul1. I've got a big opportunity coming up, and I'm gonna need the help of the viewers and my followers to hopefully maybe change my life for the much better. It's so, and more information on that will be coming out in the next week or two. So follow me on Twitter at CerebralPaul1. On as far as other shows I'm on, Tuesdays you can find me on 2 shows actually. You can find me on Retro Renegades and Gaming After Dark. Wednesdays you find me on Midweek Gaming. Thursday you can find me right here on 4GQ TV. Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'm sleeping off the rest of the week. Oh, and then on Mondays I'm also on my regular show on the Xbox Ambassador channel, and I also have my regular channels on YouTube and Twitch, Cerebral Paul, on both of those. Thank you very much.
He is a celebrity, ladies and gentlemen.
But seriously, I would like some assistance with the big opportunity I have coming up. You'll know more.
He
about
needs
that.
your votes.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's what it's gonna come down to.
Yeah. Infinite, brother man, I'm so glad you can make it tonight. I know that you also have a hectic work schedule. So sometimes you don't always make it, and you got to balance that as well. So where can people find you, man?
Follow me here on Thursdays, of course, 6:30. Usually we start our shows, and then Tuesdays at 7. And it's great to have PK next to me this time. Great being with Paul again.
That's right.
Nice being with you, Flemish, as well, brother. And Animated, it's been a while as well, brother. So I'm glad to be back with you guys. Now let's fall. Now let's calm it down. Good.
All right. And then PK, on your way out, why don't you tell all the people watching that are still here, what next week we're giving away 2 codes. Let them know about that and tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, we're giving 2 codes away that I don't know about next week. But hey, you show up, there might be more stuff coming out. You never know, man. We dropped some stuff. We go hot. When we go hot, we go hot. Let me tell you, we got backlog. So definitely show up for those codes and some other things. For sure. Always here with my co-hosts and my panelists over here, 4GQ TV. You see me on the Dragon's Den. He came out his cave. We doing our thing. You know, he always talk about things, different topics, different point of views too. Definitely see me on our Saturdays. Was it 6? 6, is it 6:30? 6, just tune in 6. That's all I'm saying. 6 Eastern for sure. And we're gonna start a fund for Belgium to get 1 extra cell tower.
Sounds about right.
The 5G funding.
Just one. Just one more.
There's one more.
Just one.
Just one more.
Yeah, so I can get my reach.
You know, 1 cell tower. This fund
Well-
is fun to sell.
I
Go
put
ahead,
in my
man.
backyard. I have a big enough backyard.
Oh yeah. Thanks for everybody coming out. Thanks for everyone in chat. You guys can't do this without you. Appreciate that. Definitely come back. Like, subscribe, share to all your friends. We like having fun with you guys. We want to have you come back and bring more people so we can have a bigger discussion. Thanks, guys.
Yep. And every week, 4GQ TV, we're going to try to get, I always try to get more content out. It's still working on schedule and interviews. Sometimes, things conflict, but we're going to get more interviews. It's coming down the line. And MegaCon's coming up again, so all you cosplayers, I can't wait to see you. If you're watching in the show and you're not typing in the chat, just know that I'm excited to see your creations. I always love the work that all of you do and the efforts that you put in. So excited for that and hope to see anyone on MegaCon that may be watching. Hit me up on Twitter or on Facebook where you see all our stuff. But thank you for everyone coming out, and good night.
See you guys.